Good morning, and welcome to the Cyber Smart Morning News Update. With the always evolving world of cyber threats and defense, you need a source you can trust. FBI retired Special Agent Darren Mott guides you through today's intricate cyber landscape and brings you the latest headlines and insights and what it means to you. Let's dive into today's cyber news.
Good morning, friends. It is Wednesday, July 3rd, 2024. This is the Cyber Smart Morning News Update. I'm your host, retired FBI Supervisory Special Agent Darren Mott. I want to make this one a quick one because I know for at least folks in the U.S., we're heading into a kind of a holiday weekend, sort of. It's only one day on Thursday. That's the federal holiday, but I'm sure a lot of people are taking the rest of the week off. So I want to kind of bang this one out pretty quickly and move on to the holiday time, if we will. So if you have a holiday weekend set up, please be safe and have fun. Let's get right into it. Cybernews.com, Paulina Oquinte reporting. Hospitality app exposes more than 1 million credit cards. The Cyber News research team has discovered a misconfiguration in Quality systems that caused a severe data leak. Based in India, Quality is a company that develops a hotel and guest management platform called Guest Experience. This business-to-business platform helps to manage contactless check-ins and check-outs, hotel services, guest arrivals, and automated messaging and payments for the hospitality industry. A human error, there you go, made by the company's developers has likely jeopardized more than 1 million hotel guests. The guest's financial and personal information was left open to any bad actor online. The exposed guest data includes address, nationality, phone number, pickup time and date, means of transportation, source of booking, and full credit card details. The leak occurred due to an Elastic cluster lacking appropriate access controls. An Elasticsearch cluster is a group of connected servers called nodes that work together to store and search large amounts of data on Elasticsearch, an open source search and analytical engine designed for real-time indexing and querying. So why do I bring this up? Well, because the one thing that is not in this particular article is what hospitality entities were compromised. So this is coming your way probably. If 1 million people, there's going to be someone probably who's going to be impacted by this. So look for the data breach announcement coming your way by email at some point. But again, the point here being we live in a world where our data is going to be at risk due to the inability of humans to do the right things the right way for the right reasons. Now, I'm not saying that the person who did this did it on purpose, but I mean, there needs to be something put in place if you are maintaining credit card information to double check, triple check, and make sure the data is secure. But companies obviously do not do that. From the good news file, though, here is from InfoSecurity Magazine. This is Kevin Porliot reporting. Australian police arrest suspect in fake Wi-Fi scam targeting airport passengers. Now, I say this a lot, or have said it a lot for years, that if you're getting on a Wi-Fi system, make sure you're using a VPN because of this exact situation I'm going to talk about right here. The Australian Federal Police have arrested a 42-year-old Australian resident who allegedly established a network of fake free Wi-Fi access points in airports. Dubbed Evil Twin Wi-Fi devices, the access points were installed at multiple locations and mimicked legitimate networks to capture personal data from unsuspecting victims who mistakenly connected to them. The AFP, our Australian Federal Police, alleged that when people tried to connect their devices to the free Wi-Fi network, they were taken to a fake web page requiring them to sign in using their email or social media logins. Those details were then allegedly saved to the man's devices. The email and password details harvested could be used across more personal information. Could be used to access more personal information, including the victim's online communication, stored images and videos, or bank details. The suspect appeared in Perth Magistrates Court on June 28th. He faced 9 charges for allegedly cybercrime offenses. So the point here being, obviously, be careful when you're connecting to Wi-Fi. You don't know if it's fake or real. And this is just the clear thing here is this guy was an idiot and didn't know what he was supposed to, he's a bad criminal because he got caught. But trust me, there are a lot of these evil twin networks all over the place. You're never going to know where they are. So again, it's not, now I'm not saying that, now I'm assuming that this particular thing, once you put in your credentials, you would then get out to the internet and do that stuff, right? But if you go to free Wi-Fi and it requires you to put in credentials, I would say do not do that. If that is what is required to make the connection work, just use your phone. Use your phone Wi-Fi at that particular point, or just wait till you get somewhere that's more secure that you can kind of connect to it without having to put in credentials, and then you can connect to your VPN and do that stuff. Because my guess is on this one, even if you had a VPN turned on, the VPN won't work until there's an internet connection created. And if you had to put in credentials to get the connection, then it defeats the VPN is defeated. So again, be aware of these particular evil twin networks. Darkreading.com, Elizabeth Montalbano, patch now. Cisco 0-day under fire from Chinese advanced persistent threat. The threat actor Velvet Ant has been exploiting a vulnerability in Cisco's NX OS software for managing a variety of switches, executing commands, and dropping custom malware. Cisco has patched a command line injection flaw in a network management platform used to manage switches in data centers, which, according to researchers from Signia, already has been exploited by China-backed threat actor known as Velvet Ant, and that means it's a state-sponsored actor. The bug, and it's got a CVS score of 6, is CVE 2024-20399, can allow unauthenticated attackers to execute arbitrary command as root on the underlying operating system of an affected device. It's found in the command line interface of Cisco's NX OS software, which allows data center operations managers to troubleshoot and perform maintenance operations on those devices which use the Linux kernel at their core. Now, the good thing here, obviously, is they have a patch. So it's a 0-day, so I guess it's not a 0-day anymore. Did it say that? Maybe I read that wrong. I might have read that wrong, that there was a patch. Yeah, so it's a 0-day, so there may not be a patch yet, but hopefully there is a patch coming. Let's see if there's... This is a fairly lengthy article, and I don't want to read the whole thing, but I want to get to... patch now. Cisco Nexus switch are prevalent in environment. Yeah, it does say patch now, mitigate further Cisco vulnerability risk. So there are instructions on how to patch this. So again, here's another thing you have to patch. If you have Cisco switches, you're going to want to patch those immediately because they are now at risk to compromise by Chinese nation-state actors. Apologies for the dog barking in the background. BelievingComputer.com, Bill Tolis. Affirm says cardholders impacted by Evolve Bank data breach. That's a very poorly written headline. Okay. Anyway, buy now, pay later loan company Affirm is warning that holders of its payment cards had their personal information exposed due to a data breach at its third-party issuer, Evolve Bank and Trust. So if you go to buy something and you want to buy it on time, so you want to basically, you're kind of taking out a loan, sort of. Affirm is kind of the company that does that. It's like if you're buying a big TV from Best Buy, then you may get an Affirm account to get the credit to get that TV, and then you pay it over time, right? And they probably give you a credit card or what have you. But the point here being is that if you do that, your information has now been compromised. Affirm is a fintech firm that provides consumer-friendly alternatives to traditional credit options. It also offers point-of-sale financing, virtual cards on a mobile app, and a fully integrated physical card called the Affirm card. Evolve is a large financial services provider specializing in retail and commercial banking, payment processing, and banking as a service. And it goes on and goes on and goes on. In an update published on July 2nd, Evolve said it had responded to the incident by resetting passwords globally, reconstructing critical identity management access components, and so on and so forth. So the point here being is Lockbit has your information. This is the breach that Lockbit said was the Federal Reserve, and it was not. But allegedly, there's 33 terabytes of data that was stolen. Whether that's true or not, belonging to Evolve, I don't know. We will not find this out for a while because we're probably not going to get a post-mortem on this anytime soon. But apparently, the breach at Evolve has potentially affected other fintech firms, including Wise and Built, confirming they were impacted. So Wise published a statement on its website late last week, informing customers it had shared full names, addresses, contact details, social security numbers, other sensitive data with Evolve as part of a partnership between 2020 and 2023. So chances are that information has been compromised as well. Due to the severity, this is the last line in the article, due to the severity of the Evolve data breach, we will likely see further fintech companies disclose potential data breaches as the investigation continues. So here we are. This is the new one. So expect more of this type of reporting over the course of the next month or so. This is more. I'm going to save this article till the end if I have time for it. So let's go to this one. Security Affairs, Perlugi Paganini, Prudential financial data breach impacting over 2.5 million individuals. Been a bad day for fintech companies. Prudential Financial has confirmed that more than 2.5 million individuals were affected by the data breach it suffered in February 2024. Okay, so it's an older breach, but now we know how many people were impacted. The insurance company Prudential Financial confirmed that the data breach it suffered in February affected over 2.5 million individuals. The incident occurred on February 4th, was discovered on February 5th. The company did not share details of the cyber attack Why not? It would be great if they did, but here we go. However, the Alpha V Black Hat ransomware gang claimed responsibility for the security breach. So it was a ransomware attack. The company initially announced in March that the security incident had impacted more than 36,000 individuals. Well, you know what? 2.5 million is more than 36,000 individuals. And this is the kicker with all this stuff, right? It takes a long time for these companies to figure out who's infected and how, or impacted and how much. So 2.5 million people about to get free credit monitoring for a year, which will do very little for them, but they can always hope for the best. All right, CSOonline.com. My last two here are kind of opinion pieces, but I thought they were interesting to talk about. And this one only from the sense of, okay, so the title, this is by Neil Weinberg, 10 Most Powerful Cybersecurity Companies Today. CISOs and other security executives often find themselves in a difficult position. Attackers are always getting better. And now they can use generative AI to help craft ransomware emails or create deepfakes. At the same time, security practitioners are bombarded by vendors with an alphabet soup of solutions, SSE, SASE, ZTNA, DLP, and so on and so on. Enterprise customers have had it with point products. They want platforms that protect everything. End users, whether remote or in the office, devices, including IT and OT, applications, including SaaS, data at rest or in motion, development environments, on-prem or in the cloud. They want automation, they want analytics, and they want AI and generative AI. So they want an easy button. I've talked about this before. There's no easy button, but that's what everybody wants. The power players in security have gotten the message. Over the past year or so, significant vendor consolidation has occurred. Cisco bought Splunk, Broadband bought VMware, Fortinet's buying Lacework. Allegiant strategic alliances have been formed between IBM and Palo Alto, CrowdStrike and Cloudflare. The vendors on this list have built platforms that offer cloud-based management and so on. So he basically lists out the top 10 most powerful cybersecurity companies today. So let me read who those are. Cisco, because they acquired Splunk, Broadcom, Palo Alto, Microsoft, Fortinet, CrowdStrike, Cloudflare, who's teaming with CrowdStrike, Zscaler, Netscope, and Wiz. So what can I tell you about these companies? Well, I can tell you most of them have had to compromise in the last year or two. Cisco, yeah, we just talked about Cisco vulnerability in one of their devices. Okay, so they got problems. Broadcom, not sure if I know any off the top of my head, but they probably have. Palo Alto, yeah, they had a problem with their firewalls. Microsoft, well, we can talk about that all day, every day. Fortinet, their devices had a problem. CrowdStrike, they're okay, as far as I know. Cloudflare, I believe they've had some minor issues, but nothing I can really speak to directly. Zscaler, yep, they had a problem earlier this year. Netscope, I have no idea who that is. And Wiz, I don't really know who that is either. So, but what is that, 6 of 10 or 7 of 10 have had cybersecurity incidents? So, and I only make this point, not to really diss on these companies. They're great companies and they do what they do well. But it just goes to show that they can't even keep their stuff straight. So how do small and medium-sized companies do it? So if you're small and medium-sized, how do I keep myself safe? If I'm a church, I'm a nonprofit. Find help. There are people that will help you to do this kind of thing. Reach out to them and ask for that. I mean, I go to presentation and I offer this all the time. I'll give you an hour of consulting free and tell you kind of what the threats are targeting you, who's looking to hit you, and all that kind of stuff. And no one ever takes me up on it. It's crazy. But I'll say it here. If you're a small, medium-sized company or you know someone and they want a free hour of consulting to kind of help them get started down the cybersecurity pathway, give me a ring. Darren at thecyberguy.com. But that's my sales pitch for the day. Or give them my book, Get Cyber Smart. Maybe that'll help. Okay. Lastly, this is another, well, I'm going to skip on this article. I'll list it in the show notes. You're welcome to read it if you want. But it has to do with, it's from HelpNet Security, Maurice Unuma, and it's called The Impossibility of Getting Ahead in Cyber Defense. Basically, it's a sad article that cyber defenders are always going to be behind the attackers, and that's really true, but it kind of goes into some reasons why, but it does give some solutions on how you can kind of help with it from AI and machine learning and stuff like that. So I give that one for you to read. I thought it was kind of interesting, but running out of time here, so I'm going to let it go. With that, I want to thank you for taking the time to download and listen. Please spread the word about the Get Cyber Smart Morning News Update to your friends and family who might find value in it. Let them know about my book, Get Cyber Smart, available at Amazon in both paperback and Kindle version. If you want me to sign it, I don't know why anybody would. If you're in Huntsville, we're doing a book signing here in a couple weeks, but I'm going to guess not a lot of people are in Huntsville to do that. But if you are, you can hit me, Darren at cyberguy.com, and I'll send you the invite. Other than that, enjoy the rest of your week. We'll be back again on Friday with an op-ed. Know that knowledge is protection. If we can understand the threats targeting us, we can assess our risk, proceed wisely. Thanks again for listening. Have a great rest of your day.
Cyber Smart Morning News is written and produced by Cyber Guy Productions. Feel free to email thoughts, comments, or suggestions to Darren at thecyberguy.com. or follow Darren on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/in/DarrettMott. Thanks for listening.